One night, as I sat, long after the sun's passing, I came by a horrible realization. Tomorrow was my brother's birthday, and I had not gathered a gift for him. A quick glance at my watch revealed that there was no time to obtain one, at least, not for a mortal. Fortunately, I wasn't a mortal. Using quantum teleportation, bending of the space-time continuum, metafiction, and reality bending, I summoned pure essence from the realms of Roth and Xanderol, used it to mold the universal plane of existence, and finally harvested enough temporal and spatial essence to create the bubble, a multi-dimensional world that tapped into the essence of the universe to collect all that was unwanted, lost, or undesired, and then place it in a timeless, infinite expanse which I could then search until I found the perfect birthday present. So I set up camp inside the bubble and began to search every object that appeared. I searched and searched and searched, and though I found some of the most marvelous artifacts, nothing was worthy to be my brother's birthday present. The junk began to collect until it formed mounds that stretched out to the horizon. The junk began to collect, and in all the alien artifacts and ancient treasures, there was one thing which appeared with terrible, frightening frequency. Socks. Bland socks, colorful socks, short socks, long socks, weird socks, old socks, and new socks. In fact, there were so many socks, I started a collection. Eventually, I started a collection of just about everything. All of the coolest, most interesting artifacts I ran across I kept, but none of them were worthy to be my brother's present. Soon I was no longer alone. The bubble began to teleport people and aliens, who each began their own collections. Having the biggest collection became a demonstration of power, and it became of utmost importance to maintain the largest collection. Of course, I had 1,000 years on all of them, and they were all hopelessly behind me, and so I became known as the Junk King. Everything changed one day when I was searching through the rubble and I found a small glowing jewel. I thought it was interesting and figured that if I could get several more, maybe, just maybe, it could be a proper present. So I grabbed this slightly disturbing slug thing that I had found earlier and placed the jewel onto it. I decided that when I was full, I would have enough. A few days later, I ran into one of the jewels again. It was around the neck of a trader. I asked him how many socks he would want for it, and he said 700, which socks were a fairly common currency, but 700 was still a lot. When I asked him why he wanted so many, he told me that it was because there was only 23 in the entire universe. Over the next 5,000 years, I found 5 more, bought 8 more, and collected 10 more via other methods. Yeah. My slug was starting to look pretty nice, and there was only one left to go. I could not find the last jewel. And as I sat pondering this, the unexpected occurred. Why are you trying to collect all the jewels? You don't even know how to use them. At this point, I'd seen just about everything, and a talking slug was really just a cherry on top. So I answered him truthfully and told him I was looking for a birthday present. You're thinking about this way too hard. It's the thought that counts. As long as it comes from your heart, anything will work. Just use the first thing that comes to mind. And in that moment, after all the wonderful relics and alien machines and strange objects I've seen, there was one thing that came to mind. It happened to be right there, so I grabbed it and put it in a nearby box. I then left the bubble and destroyed it, thereby freeing its inhabitants. I really hope they survived. I then returned home with the box, and it sat on my desk until I gave it to you. It's nothing special. In fact, it's probably the least special thing in the universe. But I give it to you because I love you, and it comes from my heart. And that's what makes it cool.